Tuesday morning. Our Norwegian journey had come to an end. At 7:21 we parted ways with our TV-less hotel room and headed for Oslo International. The train journey was silent. Upon arrival at our gate, we glanced upon some national icons for the final time before stepping off Norwegian soil for good. Once in the sky, we looked upon the rugged terrain one last time, then tears still flowing, looked ahead to a brand new country. Okay, we've arrived in Copenhagen. This is our first time above ground in the main city. So, fresh impressions. Yeah, it's quite nice. It feels a lot more European, less metropolitan than Oslo right off the bat. But they've still got their 7-Elevens. Alright, we have 2 hours until we can check into the hotel, so we're probably just gonna get lunch, walk around, get our bearings, and then we'll make a plan. Made it to Nyhavn, or New Harbour, or whatever that translates to. Big main canal in the centre of Copenhagen. Our hotel is actually, I think, that one there, Hotel Bethel. Of course we can't check in yet, haven't got lunch as of right now, but hopefully we'll be looking for them. A lot of hot dog places here. We saw one, but we didn't know how to pay, so keep looking. Also scanning if we can find a restaurant for tonight as well. That would be great. For my first meal in Denmark, I went for a steak from a lengthily named eatery before a sweeter follow-up further down the canal. First purchase in Copenhagen for me, and it's a bit of a treat. It's the only place where I've considered getting any sort of ice cream. I'm going to enjoy this. Yeah, turn off. Leaving a trail of sticky ice cream liquid, we ventured into the last hotel of the trip and took a tour of the facilities. Alright, we've checked into the hotel in Copenhagen. This was the most expensive one of the lot, and it's the biggest room, so that's one thing. At least we have the TV here as well. We don't have quite as many utilities as the first hotel. No coffee machine. I'm not seeing a kettle, no fridge either, which is a shame, but quite frankly we don't have long enough in Copenhagen to be staying in the room the whole time. But it is nice. But yeah, we'll probably spend another 20-ish minutes here and then head out. Heading northeast through the inner city, we wandered towards yet another residence of royalty, arguably 4 times better than that of Oslo. So we've made it to our first real landmark in Copenhagen. This is something. It's a palace of sorts. Amalian something. I'll look it up. I'll come back to that. These are all identical. So there's 1, 2, 3, and 4, and it's something to do with the royals here. I think it's like a different family for each, but I don't know how it works. I'll do some research. I'll look it up. Yet another place with royal guards. We have now been to a Norwegian and a Danish palace. This one really has a lot more character for itself. I really respect that. Gotta love how there's no Danish flags, but there is an Italian flag proudly holding its head up down the road. Right, next up, I believe we're going to go that way to see a little cathedral on the horizon. Further up the road, passing hundreds of bikes along the way, we found ourselves at the city's main canal. So we're on our way. We're not going to the cathedral yet. Change of plans. We're heading north to arguably the most famous monument here in Copenhagen. But currently we've just hit this waterside, and man, it's looking industrial over there. I mean, what, you got the giant submarine, some kind of energy plant, that horrific building, and some wind turbines in the background to balance it all out, make it more green. Oh, also, yeah, don't forget the big warship. on the bay. Oh, 2 warships, amazing. Double trouble. I believe that over there as well as the Opera House, but I don't know if we're going to go there. You can't climb this one, so it's not as interesting. But we're going to continue heading north, see what we can find. Okay, so we're coming up on it now. Just found a church, a bridge, and a statue of some bulls. I'm not sure what it's trying to depict. It's kind of cool. We love a good fountain. That's a very neat church. And also a little mini bridge over here, which we're going to walk up to. That's a fort entrance. We'll have to go over there in a second as well. This is neat. And of course, the aforementioned bridge. Alright, so finally we can see what we're looking for. There it is. The Little Mermaid statue. That is for some reason so popular, even though it's a bit out of the way and not very interesting overall. But we're going to have a look at it because why not?
Having finally reached the statue after an hour of walking, we stood for several minutes staring at this carved piece of metal and the passing boat tours before turning right back around towards the fort that we saw earlier.
There. Right then, so we've just finished at the Little Mermaid. Pretty interesting stuff. Guess it's famous for a reason. So pretty cool, going to tick that one off the list. But now we're going to this fort here since it's very nearby and it looks pretty cool. Like you've got people standing on the edges, on the embankments, big old moat around it, and yeah, I think it's going to be pretty cool. So see you at the gate. Okay, so we've walked around. It was probably a little bit longer walk than it could have been. Could have done with an extra bridge or so. I guess there is an embankment here, kind of stops that from happening. But we finally made it to Castellet, which is a fortress of sorts. I'm not sure of its significance currently, but I imagine it was something to do with the war because of this statue. Stay tuned for more. Alright, we are entering. There we are. From above, this looks like a big star type formation made out of embankments. We'll have a look around. A lot of red buildings. It's pretty cool. So there's nothing really down there. So we've come up to the ridge, famous ridge. We found a windmill. It's the local army windmill used in the war. I don't know. These are all guesses. It's a good ridge though, isn't it? Hello, so we're back on track. We have found the cathedral. It's very good. Very nice. I just find it a bit strange. It's just this like round building. Cathedrals are normally like a cross shape from above, but this is just perfectly round. I'm not complaining. It's pretty neat. It's quite empty here. It's just sort of like a empty sort of square area. But yeah, pretty neat. Alright, evening's coming fast, so we're probably going to head towards Tivoli Gardens soon. Picked up some souvenirs, got a mug and our fridge magnet for this city, so we're all set.
As it began to get dark, we planned and executed a route to the west where a very bright park would be waiting for us after an unusually long line of shops.
We have arrived at Tivoli Gardens. It was quite a walk, but there were a lot of shops and stuff to look at. Here's the Halloween guide, because they're having a Halloween event at the moment, so even better. That's pretty much the only reason they're still open. After Halloween, I think they shut the rides for the winter. Not the gardens though, I think the gardens stay open, which is very cool. So we're gonna have a look around. Seems like a stage over there, it's crazy. We'll see what we'll get up to, and we're gonna get dinner here too. Okay. This is our night activity this evening. It's about 7 o'clock, just gone. So let's see what we can find.
Wandering the park, we came across several rides that we completely ignored before heading to the lake for a relaxing light show.
What? look at him. So we are done in Tivoli Gardens. I sort of forgot to film a lot of stuff, but we looked around. It was pretty cool. There was a light show, a lot of rides, but don't really. The single ride is expensive, and we don't want to get the big pass because we probably won't fit everything in. So we came in early. We could have done it, but you know, it's still pretty cool. We had a good old burger at the gasoline grill where they put petrol in your food. And then we went and got some hot chocolate, which was very nice also. Especially the whipped cream, that was great. Now we're heading back. Gonna have a hopefully early night and then wake up. Yeah. And then wake up early in the morning, have breakfast, and get out there for the last day because we're flying back at 5, back to rainy England.
And so through the shopping street we trudged back to Nyhavn to spend one last night in Scandinavia. Copenhagen was a great city with many bikes and waterways, and we were only just getting started for the last day of our trip.